Welcome back, everybody. The hunt for nails continues. And food. And water. Basically, the hunt for everything continues. We want another box of nails is what we're after. More keys would be good. Another box of nails would allow us to build another door and get a wall done upstairs. There we go. Happy with that. Time to go home. In relation to home, not too far. Okay. And then we can also block off the roof. No, we can build other stuff. Getting a second airlock in though is massive. Really happy with finding that box of nails. How much ammo do we have on the... Not a lot, I don't think, because we were using it for the wolves. Yeah. I hear you. Dinner. If we can get an airlock in, I'd be over the moon. I've got a fishing rod with me. Or just a stick. I've got a fishing rod. Okay. Come back by the lake, we can catch some fish as well. Which then gives us food. Win-win, isn't it? Right then, if we go back by the lake, get some fishing done, go home, get the airlock built, maybe another storage container, that's a win. A player moving? No. Because we're going to need food. We're going to have food. coming into nightfall, so the last thing I want to do is be out on the ground. So let's make our way back to the lake, fish for some carp, dirty fucking earth filled rotten horrible fish, and then go home and get them cooked up, even though it's dangerous to, because at the moment we have to cook on the roof. And then when morning comes, we'll build the airlock. So that's the plan. I think it's a good plan. Hi, West. Oh, not West. WASD, Gaming Network. YouTube algorithm brought me here. You have a solid stream. Thank you. That's appreciated. I've got good connection for a 4K stream. That's half the battle. And a good PC running it. We're just about to go and do some fishing. Then we're going to go home, cook the fish, wait for morning, and then build an airlock. That's the plan. Unless it all goes dreadfully wrong. How are you? Are you a DayZ player? Come on, fishies. Yep, DayZ, where everything goes wrong and any plan you have changes the minute you walk out of base. Come on, fish. Come on. Come on. Horrible, dirty carp. That'll do. There's food dealt with. Now I'm going to need something to catch it on. Absolutely just hit 1,000 hour mark. Well done. It's one of those games, isn't it? It drags you in. I know I've got no gloves on and I'm going to cut myself. It drags you in, and once it's got you, it doesn't let you go. Right, let's go home. Let's use up the last of that bandage. And then we can get this fish cooked. And then we can worry about the rest. Yeah. I ignored DayZ for a long time. Going, oh yeah, it's not my sort of game. I'm too old for it. You know, I'm not going to enjoy it. Yeah, streaming's just an added bonus for it. So yeah, I ignored it for so long. As you do. And then suddenly I had a go. Here we are 6 years later and about 7,000 hours in. And I'm just like, what happened? You know, I'm 53 years old. I should not be getting addicted to a bloody survival game. Now, this is the most dangerous place in the world to cook, but in this castle, unfortunately, at the moment, it's the only place I can cook. Until I can get a barrel. But it's DayZ, and it's amazing. And anyone can find a server that fits their playstyle. You know, this is yes, it's a PvP survival server, and that's not for everybody. But everyone finds a different version of DayZ that fits them, if they can get past that first 100 hours of hell. And that first 100 hours is such a steep learning curve. But it's a risk versus reward thing, you know. I know now what I'm doing is potentially could get me killed because of where I can be overlooked from. But I need to eat, I need to dry out, I need to warm up. Nighttime's coming. I'd rather have the fire now than in 10 minutes time. And I'll take that risk. So I play PvP. This is PvP. I only play PvP servers, but I mix it between survival PvP, so hardcore survival PvP, or maybe not hardcore, but survival PvP, and full-on PvP servers. I like both sides of it. I don't like PvE. Hi Tyler. Currently I'm hopefully cooking fish before nighttime sets in, and then we'll wait till morning and we're going to get an airlock built. That's the aim, and then we're going to go out key hunting. All the things, yeah. I don't play PvE servers though. I've never have. I just don't. I like there to be a risk. And so far on here, you know, I've killed someone, I've robbed someone, I've killed a couple of people, I've robbed someone at gunpoint because I decided not to kill them. Sometimes it's fun to have those different interactions, especially if you're a streamer. It's not always about making a shot. Sometimes it's about holding a gun at their head and telling them to take all their clothes off apart from their shoes and make them run off. Because I'm evil. But I love DayZ. Like all of us that play the game, we got suckered in, and once we got suckered in, it never let us go. I do flirt with other games, you know, don't get me wrong. Kingdom Come Deliverance, Subsistence, Elite Dangerous, Scum. I love them, but they're not DayZ. I really do not want to be here longer than I have to. The sooner I can get a barrel or get some walls up on top of here, the safer things will be. Hi Shane. Right, we need to wash our hands, certainly. Rust I don't enjoy. I think because of my age, I'm 53, I find Rust is too fast paced for me. I can't play it. I don't have the reaction times anymore. And because of that, I just die all the time. And there's no point playing a game if you're going to always die. You know, I have arthritis in one of my hands. I'm just not there anymore for Rust. I tried. But I understand why people love Rust. Thank you, that's appreciated. Yeah, I tried Rust. I really tried. I really wanted it to work. I want to put that on that one. Give me a little bit of space. That can go on the floor. It should get... Yes, it does get protective on it. That's good. Right, we now need to move that upstairs and that upstairs, because we're going to airlock this when the sun comes up and live on the next floor. Because that makes sense. Well, live on the next solid floor. As long as it still has the symbol on it. It does. That's good, because this is the floor we're going to live on. That's that sorted. And that I need to rip up. So one of the things we've got on this server that makes life so much easier is if I hold that in my hands, I can rip it up. Don't need to use a knife. And then we'll turn it into gloves. I need an airlock though, because I've only got one code lock at the moment. And a pair of gloves, please. Go. Right, and now let's get the planks out of the current door that's stuck in there. That's them dealt with. Obviously in the morning we'll need to get more. And we'll need to get that blocked off so we don't get properly tapped, and that blocked off, and that's not so essential. Right then, I do have some nails left over. Will that build a plan? Wall kit, door kit. I'm going to need the wall kit to start with. And then after, we can work on the other stuff. And that needs to go in first, and then we glitch the door into it if need be. So that's going to go there. We're then going to get another one done, and then we're going to stick the door so the door gets inside it, I'm hoping, when we get there. That's good. That I'm happy with that. Right. That can go in there. That can go in there. We need to repair our footwear for sure. That's that sorted. We can leave Puri tabs behind now. We can eat some food. And now it's really waiting for morning, and then gets this stuff built. This is also my own server. We do have other people playing it. But when I'm playing it, I always do it on stream, just so people know that I'm not using admin rights to do anything. And then if I've got to do often do mod stuff, I just take a copy of my coordinates down, fly off, deal with the mod stuff, fly back, and then carry on next time on stream. So you'll never find anything when I'm playing it that's not streamed for the game side. I also play other servers as well, but it's quite nice sometimes to play your own little invention of pain. And while we're not a massive server, because harder survival type servers don't appeal to everybody, we do all right. That's got a flag still. That's got a flag still. Life's good. Right, our clothes are dry. We do need to sleep. We might as well just get a little bit of sleep because it's night time. I also play Beg for Mercy. Sometimes I can be found in Aftermath, Down Bad, places like that. This server has a 50% nerf of loot, keycards, crates, extra content, 70 something edits to the map, 2 different end game areas, a selection of extra vanilla weapons that fit into the vanilla world, so nothing that's a one tapper, but you get some better weapons you can get. The custom end game areas have AI in them, but that's the only place we have AI. So if you push the end game, which is where you get the raiding tools from, which is a hacking tablet. Base building is rag base building and underground bases, so it's giving you a bit of a choice there as well. And today's my birthday. There we go, I'm 53 today. So spending the day streaming, watching TV and eating chocolate. Basically. Oh, and tonight a few ciders. While gaming, eating chocolate and making bad decisions. But really now we're just waiting for morning so we can get the stuff built. Because getting that extra box of nails gives us an airlock, which, as anyone that plays DayZ understands, at base builds, airlocks are worth their weight in gold. So when the sun comes up, we're going to need to go out and do some log cutting. But we'll have to wait for the sun to come up first, because I'm not running outside with a torch on my head. This is DayZ. You don't really want to advertise your position. And then we'll get that built. We'll get maybe a door there. Just thinking top of the stairs. No, because you get shot through that window. So you want another wall there, and you want a door like here somewhere. But that might be a bitch to build because of that wall. And then this becomes living quarters. We allow people 5 code locks on this server. So then later on I'm going to need to fill in other code locks down here somewhere. Not sure where yet. Actually, because we're in the castle, at least I can show you. So we'll have to find a way of airlocking off this somehow. And I'll probably build a route that takes people here and then up, or hatches and stairs going up and then coming out on this floor from below. And one of the mods we have is for the wooden crate to gain storage slots on it. That's a survivor backpack, to gain storage slots on it. We have bunkers and we have straight keys. So a key, if it says just like that, it gives you a hint of where to go and what it's for. Whereas if it says the word secure at the beginning, it also needs a punch card to get inside. So you need the 2 things. some strange things like, there we are, beehive 40mm round. I need to get the 18x22 long rifle round to put inside it to finish it off. I'm going to need to get that repaired. That's good. What else do we need? We need to probably repair some of our clothing. So let's do that now. Swiss Army knife, it's worth its weight in gold. Sewing kit, there we go. Let's get that repaired. Smock's alright, belt's alright, Bergen's alright, helmet's alright, gloves, I'm not going to repair my gloves, I don't really care. That's okay, that can go away. Second code lock's ready to go. If we've got enough nails at the end, I'll build another box, but because we're not amazing on storage, and we need to get a barrel back here. Because I'd like a little fireplace down here. No helis on the server, the only vehicles are boats. So what I'd like to have is a barrel here somewhere for cooking. Block off that window, block off that window, block off that window. Keep that gap in case you have to defend the place. But make sure you channel players if they're raiding you to run over that gap. So maybe put a door there somehow. Not sure how yet. Because that way when they're raiding you, you can shoot from above. If I get a barrel in here, we can cook inside the base, which would be massive. Because at the moment you have to take the risk of going onto the ceiling all the time. Which is dangerous because it gets overlooked from altar. We also have spawns in different locations. We spawn all around the map at medical centres. You don't get to select your spawn. There's no sleeping bags. So, and if you want a map, you need to find the map. And it needs to be in your hand to work. And then you can set markers and things. So I'm living at this castle. That's my nearest well. That's my lake. We've got extra content here. Sorry, here is off Siliski. Like an island. And then we've got a rifle range location up at Tissy. So there's a bunker. And then there's lots of other stuff around that's a little bit more hidden. Every town, village, military camp has had an upgrade to make it look more like the end of the world. So I like servers to feel like they really are 12 years after the end of the world. Maps you get from priests. So when you die, you go find a priest, kill him, and you'll get a map out of it. So that's very me. Let's open that. Everything you want to save on this server, because it all has a use. Basically, that's it. In very basic terms. Oh, boats. The only transport is boats, and they're packable boats. Don't spawn on the coast. They spawn in hunting areas because they used to belong to people that are hunting in the area. Need a spark plug for them and fuel. And you need to then repair them with a tyre repair kit. So again, more stuff that players have to find and keep if they want to use a boat. We do have a hidden island far off the coast. There's a custom fishing village. So if you get a boat, you can go out there. You could choose to live out there if you wished. Live where you like, build where you like. The only rules are you can't block off a keycard room. Raiding 24/7, 365. So all the normal shit, basically. And then the reward rucksack is this biggie. 120 slaughter. But now I'm just waiting for the sun to come up so we can do some, get some building done. I don't know if we have enough nails to do everything I need to do on this. I think we'll build the door next, and hopefully the door won't be in the middle of that post. If it is, it'll be a challenge. Need be, we'll have to build it blocking that. That's fine. If that's what it is, that's what it is. And then build the final wall panel that will block it off. And if need be, we can always block that way with maybe a window, because then I could stand here and defend the door if we're being raided. As they come up the stairs, shoot them. That would work. But windows obviously are a bit of a bitch, because windows are a two-way problem. But certainly we could look at that, putting a door there and a wall the other way, so I still kept that, even if we turn that into the cooking area. Oh no, that wall there isn't the problem, isn't it? But if we block that wall off, put a window covering that wall, I could then shoot out of it, but I wouldn't be shot through it, apart from wall banged. Possibilities. I'm just waiting now for the sun to come up, guys. We don't have long nights, so shouldn't take too long. And as you can see when we get down, tiny flags. Nice and small. Lack of weapons, so no. Not a lack. Good weapons spawn in singles at a time. In high tier areas. And there's claymores and minefields in high tier areas. Because when the enemy pulled out, or when the soldiers pulled out 12 years ago, they withdrew back to Alta to try and get everybody out. But Alta was then destroyed, the helicopters were destroyed, and they were all turned to zombies. So as they pulled out of military areas, they mined them to stop the civilian population getting in. Is how my brain works. I like to build servers that are PvP, but have a PvE feel to them. So the environment wants to kill you as much as a player does. And player kills tend to happen because no one has any resources. So anything that bumping into a player, it tends to be a PvP fight because you want what they've got, not because you want the kill. So you're just as happy to hold them up and not waste ammunition as you are to shoot them. It's about having the resources. Is that a bear? Might have been. And I have some strange mechanics working in the background on the server. I can have like trigger points on the map, so when people run through a circle that I set, it'll spawn something on a point that I set, so I can add content in that way rather than just having tiered content. I also have gas zones around the outside of the map to stop people going into debug. What else do I have that's major? Bears are a little bit harder than normal and attracted to gunfire. Global chat's in. which we never used to have, but players wanted it, so we've got it. And we've got a little community that's quite fun. We sort of get up to 10 players over a day. We got 7 on at the same time the other night, which is really nice. It's a 30 slot server, though after Christmas it will go to a 50 slotter. Why after Christmas? Because my current server's paid up until next year, and we're switching to a new provider that will be faster and have more RAM, and I can do more with it, and we can go to a 50 slotter. I could actually go to 127 slotter, but I won't. 50 slots for a server like this that's PvP but harder is about right for the map. Also, we'll stay with duos. We won't go to trios. And that's it, basically, in a nutshell. And I'll stream this because it's a nice, relaxing, in inverted commas, stream. We do things like key chests and key cards take 90, so a minute and a half, 90 seconds to unlock. So when you're stuck there with a key in your hand and you think someone else might push you, a lot of stuff has notifications on it. So if you do certain things, everybody on the server knows that you're doing it and where you are. Because, hey, there's nothing like if there's people in the area that they're pushing your location to get the old heart pumping. I just need the sun to come up. It's starting to. And because we're running a summer build at the moment, I've turned off rain, because Chernarus, it does rain a lot on in summer, just so players don't get wet through all the time. Because otherwise they're just fighting illnesses 24/7. And when you nerf all the meds, that can make the server very difficult. And we've nerfed everything, so rather than up the meds and make it too easy, I've just turned off the rain. So if you go for a swim, you're still going to get wet through. You have to deal with that problem. And you'll catch colds and get ill, but not quite as bad as a normal Chernarus or Livonia map in vanilla. And not as easy as a full-on sweaty PvP server where illnesses don't happen. Trying to build that happy medium all the time. We're now cold, so we're going to catch a cold if we're not careful. We need to get our temperature up. So we have colder nights, warmer days, but the sun is coming up, as you can see. I need a scope for this weapon. That's my custom altar up there. Used to be a trader. So now it's an evac zone where the military finished, and what you can see on fire is a helicopter that was shot down. A lot of loot up there, but also a lot of problems to go with that loot. Alright, let's go cut some logs. Nice bit of chainmail. We'll always take chainmail. It's so OP in this game. There are, aren't there, West? It's such a nice map to play with. Uh-huh. I love Chernarus, but I like my version of Chernarus. It's very hard to go back to someone else's, to a vanilla Chernarus now. So so I need 10 of them, 40 logs, which will be 2 panels and some left over. So I've got so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 4 more. Okay. I like the map, just need to learn it so I know where I am most of the time. Without a map would be nice. Yeah, I mean we're staying on Chernarus until I finish my map that I'm making myself, which was probably 2, maybe 3 years away from being finished, because it's a lot of work. And then we'll be moving to an exclusive map based upon the UK. That will only be a Goblin DayZ map. It won't be open to the wider community, and it will be made for us. Size of Chernarus, just will be our own map. I've started building it. So eventually that will become our map. But that's a long way off still. And the reason we're going to stay on Chernarus is it's easy for me to work with. I've already got the data. But eventually, yes, we'll end up on a UK map based upon where I live in the world. Yeah, this is not going to be enough nails, is it? That's alright. That's life. We'll be off looking for another box. Don't you dare, Goblin. Don't you dare sneeze. You bloody game. Meds. Being cold while we're still trying to sort everything out is a nightmare. And once I get a bit further in the development cycle of that map, I will show it off. I'm hoping to do some work when I'm on leave this time for it. Get to a point where I at least can show a video of it to you guys with my concept. I've shown some pictures, but that's it so far. We might put a door at an angle just so we can use less nails. Might be the plan. Restarts in 45 minutes. We'll be on after restart, guys. I want to get the airlock done and then build some more storage. And then we need to get a fire going up on the roof just so we can warm up. And if we put that at an angle, it'll work better. Just for the moment, because we just don't have the nails to do it any other way. What's it got inside that's causing the problem? Nothing. Fold. There we go. No, that won't work. Bugger. Because of the stairs. Nice idea, though. Warren's fine. Fought that cold off. Might be enough. Now we need more planks in there. We're going to certainly need another box of nails, aren't we? Bugger. Nice idea, though. Certainly a lot of nails involved in building. Eventually I need to airlock this, not 100%. I sort of know what I'm going to do. And that's going to end up as a platform as well. Probably need another sharpening stone before we do anything stupid. Now a wall piece. Oh. Or a wooden crate for storage. Another wooden crate, because we're not going to be able to get secure anyway until we get another box of nails. So let's go for the crate. Well, certainly we got 2 panels done and a box for a box of nails and what was left over from before. Another box of nails will allow us to build a wall here and block off that, maybe that. If we actually put a wall at that angle, one wall would do both, but we'd lose some storage space. Actually, that's probably quite a safe one, but we certainly need to block that. We put a wall here, we'd gain that maybe a kitchen area. And then we can get barrels in here for storage. Yeah, looks good to me. Right then, let's deploy the code lock, even though it's not doing anything. That's that in place. Will that go on a helmet? It will. It's freed up more space. We've got purification tablets, don't we? I think so is the answer. somewhere. Or let's just pop down to the local town and do a search for nails. So... yeah, down to the crescent. That's where the well is. And we'll search that town for nails. Right, let's leave behind the not very good MP5. It's alright. Do I want to leave rucksack behind and see if we get another rucksack out of the place? Got any ammo on that? Yes. Two. That's good. It'll only fit one weapon at a time. That's awesome, actually. That makes you think, doesn't it? If I lost the other thing in the wall, probably. No, it's gone inside. Okay, no, that's good. Right, that's that done. We'll keep the fishing rod on us because when we come back, we'll go fishing. Right, let's go nails hunting. And water. Go on, have a box of nails. No, we'll take a glass bottle though. Another box of nails would be fucking awesome. And a sharpening stone, let's be honest about this. Or a saw. And a hatchet. Because we don't really have enough to get through. Actually, I'm thinking we've got a server restart due at 10. I might do a little tweak on the server. I might log out here, guys, get some tweaks done on the server, and then come back in after it comes up with a longer stream. I've got an idea of putting something on for everybody that might be useful. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll log out here, guys. I will be back later. I want to give something to the server. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for